Hello, everyone. This is Maggie Carey. I am coming to you live on Master It Monday, where at Master It Monday, we share innovative tips to help you grow your business. A lot of what I provide is free information for you to use and really skyrocket your promotion, but also take care of what's inside your own world in your work. So I've got something really cool to share with you today. It's a free Google Sheets CRM, and it's a really great tool. And I think you guys will find this very interesting because what I'm hearing a lot from my clients is that they're not getting, they can't afford a big CRM system. So if you can't afford a CRM system, what do? Do you just live without one? No, you don't. I'm here to help you get away from that. You can make this happen. If you just give me a second, I am going to actually put my headphones on because I am getting some static and I don't want you guys dealing with that right now. So let's handle that right now. La la la, welcome to live TV. Okay. Got you going now. Alrighty, so let me go right into sharing my screen. Now, for those of you who have a current CRM system, it's great. I certainly think that's what I do. I have a CRM system that I use, and it really does help me tremendously. However, if you still can gain benefit from this workshop today. So stay tuned and make sure, as you know, this is live and it's interactive. Make sure you leave your comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So what I've got right now going on is my Google Drive, okay? And in this Google Drive, of course, I've opened this, so it's popping up, but you're not going to see that. So if you're logged into your Gmail account, you're going to click on this little tic-tac-toe board, and you're going to click on Drive. It's going to bring you to this page, and what you need to do is click on New, and then see here it says Google Sheets. You have to look at this little arrow to the right, and it says From Template. When I select From Template, it's going to give me a bevy of fantastic templates. Now, again, my recently used are here, so of course I'm seeing this here. However, if you scroll down, you're going to see it's right here. And you click on it, and it will pop you right open. And here we are. So this is going to give you a place where you can start working on a CRM. Now, again, you already have a CRM system. No worries, guys, because this is going to help you as well, because what we're talking about here is the process of what a CRM does and how you can use it. So I'm using this tool. Now, the first thing that I would say before you start is I always make a copy, all right, just to be on the safe side, and I'm going to name it something pertinent. So to make a copy, I'm going to hit File and then Make Copy. When I do that, it's going to allow me to share it. Now, you certainly should click a subcategory if you want. If you have it in a folder, maybe your My Business folder, whatever. You can also share it with people in it. But for now, I'm going to name this Test CRM. Now, by making a copy, obviously it retains the original, which is fine, but I want this to be a little bit more special. So I am creating this CRM system for myself. Now, look at the bottom here. Do you see here where it says to start? And then it's got dashboard and so on. This is the Sheets way of helping you figure out what this is all about. So let's take a real quick look. So it's telling you if you're looking for a way to organize your contacts, solidify your sales process, automate ongoing tasks, you need a CRM. This template provides you with a basic of CRM, okay? It's a great place to start. If you don't have the funds or the time to research a full-blown CRM system. And look, this has basic features, guys, but some people find this tool is sufficient for them. You know, and you have to forgive me every once in a while if I don't see your comments. But guys, we've got my fan here. Um, Glow, I appreciate you sharing us on my timeline. This is a great tool for businesses. Glow is a member of Master Networks. Is a great for, and she's an area director. It's a great place. Besides her business coaching and her personal coaching, this is a great tool for people to use when they are looking for a great way to kind of manage those contacts. Because you all know we lose stuff every once in a while, right? We've got so much going on that sometimes we lose our focus and we drop a client and that, or a lead, which would be horrific. So this will help you with that. So it's telling you how to use this. It gives you step 1, step 2, step 3, and we're going to talk about some terminology right now. So I'm going to scroll down. Now this is available to you on Google. This is not something I created. This is something I'm using that's out there for the world to use. So your dashboard is going to be your control panel. This is where all of the things like your values, your people, your company, everything all together comes in one place. So you need to be careful when you're using this system. Your people, now remember, you had 3 different things: people, company, opportunities. Your people are the person you're contacting with, that you're doing business with, okay? This may be a current customer, a potential customer, or some other type of contact, okay? Could be, maybe it's a networking opportunity, somebody who's giving you leads to somewhere. This is the person that works for the company. Then you have a company tab. Now the companies tab is the actual organization. So for example, I'm going to contact ABC Plumbing, and then, but my contact there is Jane Smith, who's their admin. Okay, so Jane Smith works for ABC Plumbing. She would be in the people tab. Companies, ABC Plumbing is going to be in the company tab. Now the opportunity represents a kind of business development effort that you want to track. What exactly are you tracking? And we're going to get a little bit more in depth with this, but is it a deal? Is it a sale? What exactly am I recording here? What's the opportunity with this person? Now, the setting is where you define the things in the back. So we're going to actually hit that last because I want you to see the opportunities that you can do with the tool. And then we'll talk about the settings where you can go in and actually customize this database, this CRM, for you to use. So let's talk a bit about the dashboard. Now they have some information already in place in there. So you're actually seeing what you're getting. Okay, I have sales, I have a number of people, company. As I scroll to the right, there's opportunity. I'm going to just shrink this down a bit so you can see everything on one page. And you're always going to get these cute little pop-ups that come up, okay? And you can, it tries to help you figure out, especially if it's something you haven't gone into. Now look at this. It shows you the stage where you're at. My contacts, it was a contract sent. Do I need to follow up? Do I need to negotiate? Presentation, right? All of these stages are there. So this is a conglomeration of what we're going into in the meat of everything. So here is the list of all our people. And it tells you right up here, you know, a person is someone you've already qualified to do business with. They may be a current customer, a potential customer, or someone, some other type of contact. This is a person that works for the company you want to do business with. So in here, you can see there's a tag, there's the name of the person, the company they work for, their email. Again, this is all test data, so there's, you know, these aren't real people. What their title is, really important. Okay, potential customer. Notice this has a drop down. Are they a potential customer? Are they a current customer? Are they other? Remember this information because that's going to come up in the settings tab. Now, their work phone number, their work website, address, city, zip, and this was really cool, a LinkedIn profile. This is really important for you to connect with them. And then you can put in a description. Maybe you want to record how many children they have, what ages are their children, any of those kind of things that you want to add a little bit more information about the contact. Now, as you notice, look up on the top, A, B, C, D. When I kind of moved over, notice D disappeared from view, not from the page. If I just move my mouse and scroll over a little bit, it comes back, right? So that's there. Now, in companies are where we're putting the actual company name. So there's a little bit of redundancy, but they're two different things because you might have two contacts from one company, right? You may be talking to an admin that you have to go through first before you hit the CEO, but you want to record both of them. You'd record one company and then two people. So in here, it's the company name, whether they're a potential customer. Again, this is a drop down, the work, email, and so on. Address. See, this has a little bit more information. And the assignee, right? Now, and this is something where you can put in what person in your business is going to handle this. And again, you have a description. Now, opportunity. Here we go. So the opportunity is here. What stage are we at with this? Are they qualified? Follow up, is contract sent? Again, it's a drop down here. So I can select any of these. And this is where you put in the value. What's the proposal that you sent to them? What value is this person? The contract that you're sending to them, or the proposal that you have out, or whatever point you're at. Was it an estimate? Anything like that. And here is the percentage of your win. What am I getting here in this percentage? Or how close am I to that win, right? Now, the loss, did you lose them? If you lost them, why did you lose them? This is really important for you to help you with your future business. And then your priority. Is this a high priority? Sometimes it's not the highest price that you have, the highest price client. Sometimes it's the most connected client that's a high priority. Or maybe it's a client who really has a deadline that needs to be addressed. That could make it a high priority. And of course, here's the source. Always figure out any good CRM system. Cannot stress this enough. Any good CRM system has to include where you found them. Now, it could be, again, they have advertising. It could be cold call. It could be email. It could be multiple things. Like they have an all. Like you can make this what you want. And that's where we're getting into the settings. Now, before I go into settings, I'm just going to pop over to make sure if we have any questions coming in. We got Joe catching up. Thanks, Joe. He is repay available. Missed the first 3 to 4. Don't worry about that, Joe. You're good. Yes, Glow. I did find your sale page, and I'm so glad that happened. So you've got that that $12,000 contract. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. So in here, this is where certain settings are going to be, you can add things to them. So potential customer, current customer, other. Like you may want to say, is this contract type? Maybe this is a network connection, right? So I'm going to go in here and add network. When I do that, okay, now remember, this is people and company. This field is in both, right? So if I go into people and I'm in here, and I see this as potential customer, see how networking just popped up, right? Like magic, okay? You need to be careful, and I'm going to forewarn you about this. Be careful that when you insert new ones, and we'll talk about this, that you don't overwrite certain fields. That could cause you problems, which is why I always say, make a copy. You can also do a copy that's a backup. So once you get all this information in, make another copy and call it backup. And then you have that, and then you can go back. So again, what stage are they at? Maybe you have a different stage. Okay, but notice here, see how this is at the end? This was kind of open. This is where I get a little nervous. Like if I start typing here, I'm not sure that's going to work really well. What you can do is see where I click on the number 10 If I right click on that, I can insert one above. See, now I have an extra space here and it's got the borders because I didn't write this tool and you didn't write this tool. You're not really sure how the math behind the Excel spreadsheet is working. So now I can do something in here where I can say this is, okay, it's negotiating. Maybe it's just introduction. Maybe you're waiting for an introduction. You're in the introduction stage, okay? So I can now go in, again, this, the stage that it's at, la, 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 la. Okay, so here, I'm just gonna take this, the stage that it's at, and you can see it's in the introduction stage, and just change it. So you make this what works for you. Okay, it's how you are going to find this beneficial. And it's, look, simple and easy if you don't change the basis of this, but it can get a little nerve-wracking if you wanted to add maybe something a little bit more than just description. What I would suggest is you, again, same thing like we did with a row, you can do with a column anywhere. I can click on the M and I can insert one to the right. And I would suggest doing it to the right, not in between here, because we don't want to mess up any of the coding that's sitting behind here. And then in here, I could say maybe it's children. Maybe children are important. Maybe it's referred by. Oh, well, that would be under your source. Maybe it's you're looking at something that let's say you're in insurance, okay? So what other insurance do they have? Okay, it could be anything in here. You make this what you want. And then what I also wanted to show you what is, as we're changing these things, you're going to notice that you have to kind of, some of them are editing. So look, here's a hint. Notice, see how here it says 30% and up here it says 30, okay? That's a text field, okay? That's something I can add, or a number field. It's something I can add to. But when you go in here and it says, where are we here? Let's go to our dashboard. When you're clicking on certain things, this is going to come up and it's going to carry, it does say 2, which is a little confusing. I would not touch any of these numbers. These are going to be pulled in from the other data. So you've got to be really, really careful with when you're doing these. I would also suggest when you add somebody new, I would do that same thing that I showed you before, where you click on the second to last one. You want to make sure your whole row is highlighted, just like here. Right click on it, insert one above, and then add your person. And again, here it's, I'm going to say this is a hot lead. I'm going to say we're going to use our Coach Glow, who's on the call. The company, again, now here I am with a company. And putting email and so on. As I do that, again, you got to get used to this. See, it's not here. So I've got to add Glow's company in here. So you do have to do a little bit of double work. Remember, this is a basic system, not an advanced system. If you had an advanced CRM system, it's a totally different ball game. Everything is what they call a relational database. It all connects together so that you don't have to duplicate this effort. However, if you don't have the money for it, or if you're struggling with time and you don't have time to research a good one, this is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of that. So let's see, do we have any? Oh, you found it. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions that they'd like to ask about this software? Again, this isn't special software. This was something that sits in Google Sheets. Google Sheets has a tremendous amount of templates that you can use that sit right outside of their they're in their templates folder. So I'm just gonna pop back just to show you a little bit more about templates, since we have a couple of minutes left, and I love this feature set. And we're gonna focus on Google Sheets today, but I'm gonna pop in from a template here. So in here are different, sometimes you'll even have more than one style. Now, I haven't seen another CRM, but however, I did see multiple budgets. I did see multiple calendars. There's team rosters, your business budget. Again, look, there's a work section here. You don't have a lot to choose from. Project management is another thing that you can look at as a way to organize your business and your clients. So if you're like, Glow is a life coach, okay? So she may have clients that are in different stages of this world, okay? So she's got, she has her intro meeting, and then she may have, maybe they signed up for 6 sessions, okay? What is she doing in each session, and how are they progressing, and what she's going to do may change because she doesn't have a cookie cutter approach, okay? So here is a tool she can use. Now, Glow is asking a really great question here. She says, does this free version have a limited number of entries? And the answer is a very good question, Glow. And the answer is no, there is not a limit to the number of entries that you can have, company or people or opportunity. Again, if you are adding, though, make sure whatever page you're at, pick one of the top ones and right click to insert, so that it's not at the end, it's at the beginning. Now this says you can add 1,000 more rows here. So let's look at opportunity. It has the same thing. And I'm just going to do that just to show you here. There's 1,000 more entries, and it just copies everything down, which is great. I personally find that a little bit of overkill. So by the way, my favorite button ever is the undo button. I can click the undo button and it undoes what I just did. That is my favorite button. And I was working on computers before there was an undo button, which is why I'm so happy about the undo button. Because look, we make mistakes, things happen, and you've got to understand that it's great to do that. And then if I say, I want to go back to it, I do it. But remember my little tip about saving this. So once I do all my data and I enter it, now Google, when I make a change, Google will automatically save my file for me. So I want to just show you that. If it automatically saves my file for me, you'll see this says last edit was 5 seconds ago or so on, a few seconds ago. If I do insert one above, it's going to come saving and then save to drive. You're good. Now, I do all my work. I enter all my people. I've got everything in. And you could do this anytime. You could do it in stages if you have that many people. File, and you want to make a copy. Okay, if you're working in Excel or Word, it's save as, same thing, right? And here, what I would say is I would call it backup copy of whatever. Now, it pops open a new window. You see the tab pops up a new tab. So this is now my backup copy. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, because remember, my real copy that I'm working on is here. Just a little word of warning, make sure that you don't use your backup copy by accident. You want to make sure you're using the same copy. Now I can make as many copies as I want. You could also do something like make a copy and date it. Like you could say backup August 3rd, and now you've got that copy. So that's kind of cool. We've got a couple more questions. So here we've got Davin. Hi, Davin. Nice to see you. Being able to add any number of additional rows with with the created formulas is awesome. Yes, it is pretty awesome. And I feel like you're, doing this is a great start. Look, I work with businesses. I set them up with CRM systems. Some of them are less expensive. Some of them are more expensive, but they're a cost. This is a great opportunity for you to not spend any additional money and still have some data. Like You'll use this. You get to the point where you need a more extensive, a more advanced feature where you're not doing double entry and things like that, where it automatically runs reports from you. That's when you give me a call and we'll sit down and I can help you decide what tool would be the best that fits your business. And that's how I help businesses take the commotion out of their promotion, right? So Davin also said, that Google Sheets has been a game changer for him this year. So I'm really glad that is. I know Davin has come to a couple of our workshops, and he's found out about things that one of the things we always say, you don't know what you don't know. And here at Master at Media and on Master at Mondays, my goal is to show you how you can really leverage the tremendous amount of free information that is out there in cyberspace. And Google does a great job at giving us free information. Speaking of Google, I did want to mention for any of you out there that know any businesses that are Black owned, there is a new feature. Now, when you have Google My Business, again, different from Google Sheets, Google, what we're talking about here, but Google My Business allows you for a free page on Google, which gives you information about your business, your website. You can post to it, you can do video, you can do a whole bunch of stuff on it. It's not just a place to put on Google Maps. It's a lot more than that right now. You can put things like you're a veteran-owned business, you're a woman-owned business, and just at the end of last month, they added Black-owned business. So if you know anyone who is any of those three, let them know to go in to edit their Google My Business. It's business.google.com. If they don't have a Google My Business page, get one. If you need help setting one up, just reach out to me. I have a great cheat sheet to help people with Google My Business. It is valuable. Look, I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again. Google is used by 78% of the world as their primary search engine. 78% of the world. So if you think Google's not the place to go, I want you to reconsider. The other thing is there are 40,000 searches done on Google every second. So Google is a way to promote your business, and Google My Business is a place to promote it for free. So get on there. Just my little side trip. Make sure that you are using all of these tools that are out there to help you promote your business. Look, this, social media and Google My Business and all of these things, they're sort of like leveling the playing field. When somebody goes to your service, encourage them to promote you or to leave a review for you on Google My Business. There's an easy way to do that. We'll pick a topic upcoming about how to get that. But in the meantime, again, if you have any questions like that you need answered right away, Maggie at masteratmedia.com is a place to email me. I'm more than happy to answer questions. Look, I am, I'll pop my domain name down here on the bottom, but it's pretty masteratmedia.com. I just posted a new blog post today that talks about why you should have more than one domain name. I know that sounds a little obscene, but it's true. You need more than one domain name. Whether you use it or not, it's good to have it to secure your branding. For example, I have a domain name, take the commotion out of your promotion.com. Now, will I use that? No, but that's part of my branding, and I want to make sure that I secure that name. So pop on, sign up for our newsletter. I just sent out our every month, at the beginning of the month, I always send out a little hashtag cheat sheet to help you create things. Like today is Watermelon Day. So happy Watermelon Day to everybody, hashtag Happy Watermelon Day. Like things like this. Okay, that's silly, but there is this month is Bring Your Dog to Work Day. So you could create a picture of you and your dog at your desk. But there are things like that, but there are also things that are, that are amazing. You can do your Wisdom Wednesday, tons of great hashtags to use. So unless we have any more questions, I am going to sign off for the day. Thank you, Glow. We'll end with applause from my favorite fan, Coach Glow, who's always an amazing resource for businesses as well as especially women in transition. So if you don't know Glow, you now can just click on her information and just get in touch with her. We're very happy to provide this information for you at Master It Media. So please make sure that you check us out. We have our list for all of what's coming up in um, in the month of August. Next week, I want to announce we have a special guest coming in. She is a a fellow woman in IT. Her name is Danielle Gallen from Acavell Technologies. She's going to talk to us about business continuity as it pertains to information technology, and also bring up some really important concepts about security and cybersecurity and what we need to be careful of in this age of technology and how we can protect ourselves. August 17th, that would be August 10th. August 17th, we're going to be talking about how to get an all-star rating on your LinkedIn profile. And on August 24th and 31st, I'm going to be talking about MailChimp newsletters and what else you can do with MailChimp besides newsletters. I don't know if you realize, but there is more that you could do with MailChimp than sending out a newsletter. So all of that said, have a very happy Monday, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, every Friday I do a Finally Friday where I share a really quick tip on something that is going to help you within 3 to 5 minutes take your business to the next level. So I wish you well and look forward to hearing from you next week. And remember, at Master It Media, we take the commotion out of your promotion. Enjoy the rest of your day and hope to see you soon.